8 most strange phenomena in the sky caught on camera. The nature is very diverse. In particular, some natural phenomena have not been explained and are still controversial. Can you believe in the rain of fish that only appear in movies? Or is it suddenly pours winter in the middle of summer in the hot desert? Sounds unbelievable, right? In this video, let's discover the 8 strangest and most mysterious phenomena in the sky that make people panic. Number 1. Blood rain. According to many records of historians, the phenomenon of blood rain has been mentioned for a long time ago, like in ancient Greece with the descriptions of the poet Homer in the famous Iliad. Zeus sent a rain of crimson blood to warn of an impending great battle on Earth. Several other documents found before Common Era also mention the presence of this phenomenon. By the Middle Ages, people continued to witness red rains from all over the world. However, the belief that blood rain brings bad luck to humanity has appeared in the majority of people in Northern and Western Europe. Today, when science and technology has developed greatly, the blood rain is still constantly appearing, prompting scientists to find solutions. The most special is probably the blood rain in India. On July 25, 2001, red rain poured down on many areas in the state of Kerala, India, and continued to appear on September 23, 2001. On the morning of July 5, 2012, a strange rain appeared in the city of Kannur and lasted for 15 minutes. Another rain of blood also fell in the same state in 2013. In 2008, in the residential cluster of La Sierra, Choco, Colombia, happened a strange red rain that lasted for nearly half an hour. According to scientists, rain on Earth is not only red, it can also take on more colors such as yellow, black, and milky white. The most common explanations for unusual rain colors include the presence of algae spores in the air, dust, and some pollutant chemicals dissolved in water. For example, pollen produces yellow rain, and coal mine dust causes black rain. Despite being confirmed by many scientists that the phenomenon of blood rain does not contain supernatural and mysterious powers, it is still a warning about the price that humans have to pay for destroying nature's actions. Number 2. Finger of Death. Brinicle Phenomenon. The brinicle phenomenon, also known as the finger of death, is an extremely cold mass of salt water that sinks to the sea floor, causing the surrounding seawater to freeze. Although it was first discovered in the 1960s, it was not until 2011 when the British BBC camera crew captured this amazing phenomenon at the bottom of the Antarctic Sea. The video recorded the phenomenon was filmed underwater at -2 degrees Celsius at Little Razorback Island in the Ross Island in Antarctica. The whole process of forming the brinicle in the video takes place very quickly, taking only 5 to 6 hours. The formation took place when seawater froze in the Antarctic and Arctic regions. Salt and other ions in the water are pushed out of the water crystal. The salt-saturated seawater does not freeze but is still scattered inside the ice block. At some point, the ice cracked and the salty seawater escaped. Because of the high density of water, the extremely cold seawater sinks to the bottom of the ocean, freezing the surrounding seawater and gradually forming the finger of death ice column. When the surrounding ice thickens to a certain extent, this ice column can maintain its coldness and stretch even when it encounters warm water on the seabed. When the brinicle reaches the bottom of the sea, it immediately destroys all creatures in its path. The affected area can be many square kilometers. In the video, porcupines and starfish slowly freeze when exposed to cold air. However, scientists believe that the ingredients in this salty water that form the brinicle could be the source of life on Earth. Its very high density of chemicals, acids, and fats may have provided the energy needed to make complex atoms like DNA. Number 3. Fish rain. The rain that brings an endless source of fish suddenly fall on the road, on the roof, in the yard. It's a rare phenomenon but has been recorded in many parts of the world such as India, Euro, Honduras, Mexico. People just bring buckets and pots to take home. Even in some places, fish rains occur periodically. In Euro province, Honduras, people are excited about the strange rain every June and July. They also hold festivals to celebrate. However, the rain of fish in large quantities causes environmental problems, causing sanitation workers to struggle to clean the streets after the rain. Hondurans believe that the rain of fish is the blessing of Father José Manuel Subirana, a Spanish missionary who visited the area between 1850 and 1860. However, it is not a mystical force that gives us fish. The phenomenon of fish rain has been scientifically explained. Storms accompanied by strong whirlwinds swept away everything in their path. It can be houses, trees, people, animals, as well as large amounts of water in rivers, lakes, ponds, and even the sea. At that time, light objects, especially fish and seafood, are often put into the air. In some cases, they are carried far away, then fall somewhere to the amazement of the locals, forming a rain of fish. It is theorized that funnel-shaped clouds form over water bodies like tornadoes. They suck both water and fish inland. But this is unlikely since the Ural region is located 72 kilometers from the Atlantic Ocean. Moreover, the fish that flood the streets are not native here. In 1970, a group of researchers happened to be present at the time when the fish rain occurred. Although experts did not see fish coming down from the sky, they confirmed that the ground was covered with fish. According to the initial assessment of experts, this is the species that lives in underground rivers and caves. After a big storm, they rise from the ground. The people of Ural don't care where the fish come from after every big storm. They love mysteries and wonders to attract more tourists every year. This is also a lucky occasion when they have fresh fish food available on the street without needing to buy it. That's great, right? Bring a few buckets of fish to eat gradually. Number 4. Snow falls in the Sahara Desert. The largest and driest desert in the world, Sahara, suddenly dropped to -2 degrees Celsius, appeared snow covered the dunes. This accumulation of snow and ice in the desert is unusual but not unheard of. This is the 5th time in nearly 50 years that this place has been covered with white snow. The previous were in 1979, 2016, 2018, and 2021. Climate change may be the reason for snowfall in the Sahara. This has also made a prolonged cold spell in North America, warm weather in the east of Russia, and prolonged rains that caused flooding in Western European countries more frequent. Scientists think that the Sahara Desert will be larger due to the increasing desertification process. The climate crisis will also be uneven across regions, meaning that as temperatures rise in some places, there will still be severe cold spells. However, the identification of climate extremes in the Sahara region has been hampered by a lack of data and scientific research. Another theory is that the snowfall in the Sahara Desert is just part of a common atmospheric pattern in the Northern Hemisphere that led to the snow bomb that swept the United States for several weeks. From November to March every year, when the Northern Hemisphere is gradually farther from the sun, high-pressure winds blow intensely from the North Pole down to the low-pressure area at the equator. Although it is rare for cold air to spill too far down the equator, it is not without exception. When the warm and hot air in the south and the cold air in the north accumulate more and compete with each other, it will lead to an imbalance in the climate model and create unprecedented extreme phenomena. Like the polar regions, year-round hot places like the Sahara can still be covered with ice. Number 5. Eternal thunder. Eternal lightning, also known as Catatumbo lightning, is a strange and creepy phenomenon in the Catatumbo River and Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela. This amazing natural phenomenon occurs about 280 times an hour on average. This area experiences 260 rainy days a year with a lightning frequency of 140 to 160 nights, of which lightning strikes 10 hours per day and 28 times per minute with an intensity of 400,000 amperes. Catatumbo lightning starts from a flash of lightning, then spreads to charged clouds more than 500 kilometers long, 10 hours per night, and continuously visible at a distance of 400 kilometers. The original cause was thought to be the collision of winds from the Andes, creating storms that contain lightning that discharge through ionization. In addition, the methane gas generated and rising from the marshes strengthens the storm, increasing the discharge's intensity. Some other theories suggest that it is caused by uranium deposits in the area that attract lightning. When looking at the lightning in the sky, it is easy to see the color difference of the lightning bolts. The reason for the difference is that white light is absorbed or diffracted as it passes through dust and moisture. When they pass through the stream, the hydrogen atoms will subject them to a red line. Normally, in dry air, lightning is white. In particular, at night, the lightning can be purple. The phenomenon of continuous lightning strikes no longer frightens people because they are used to it. Even when there's no lightning, locals are worried. They believe it was the result of a drought that led to severe power shortages. Usually, lightning will return after 5 weeks of silence. The last time lightning stopped was in 2010. This amazing phenomenon not only attracts scientists around the world but also adventurous photographers. Number 6. Clouds falling from the sky. Normally, we only see rolling clouds when traveling by plane or at the top of high mountains, but being able to see the sea of clouds below ground makes many of us feel like doomsday is coming. Recently, a netizen uploaded a video on YouTube. The filming location is right on the highway, surrounded by houses, making the scene of rolling clouds rushing towards like a cloud tsunami in the sky. It is a rare sight and makes anyone who sees it terrified. In another place, clouds in the sky suddenly fell to the ground and flew only 1 meter from people's heads. A rare sight just happened in the Yemeni capital Sana'a, which is 2,250 meters above sea level. The clip shows the large cloud falling to the ground, while a few small clouds flew above people's heads. When you look at these clouds, you must think that they are very light. But scientists say that the amount of water in the small cloud has a mass of about 500 tons. Assuming an elephant weighs 5 to 6 tons, that means the amount of water in a cloud weighs about 100 elephants. This is an amazing number. Number 7. Fire tornado. Fire tornado is not an uncommon phenomenon. However, they are rarely documented in the scientific material. Recently, fire tornadoes appeared in the state of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Months of drought has caused many wildfires. A fire engineer in the US studies this phenomenon to protect firefighters, some of whom have been burned by a fire tornado. This phenomenon occurs when the air is strongly turbulent in areas with extremely high temperatures, such as forest fires, and create eddy winds. Those swirling winds can suck up combustible gases and burning matter. The fire tornado consists of a core, where it ignites, and an area of gas around the core. The surrounding air is always whirling and provides oxygen for the fire. The core of a typical fire tornado is usually 0.3 to 0.9 meters in diameter and 15 to 30 meters in height. But under favorable conditions, the core width of the super large fire tornado can reach several tens of meters, the height of more than 300 meters, and the temperature in the core can reach 1093 degrees Celsius, hot enough to ignite the dust. It's like burning flour. We can burn flour if a large enough amount goes up in the air, but we can't burn it on the ground. The combustible gases released by plants are the fuel for most fire tornadoes. When sucked up by the vortex, potentially combustible gases enter the center of the vortex. When the tornado reaches an area with enough oxygen and high temperatures, it will burst into flames. That is why the flames in the core rise so high. Fire tornadoes do not stand still, but their movement speed is never faster than the speed of a pedestrian. They can burn everything in their path and blow burnt things into the air. Winds created by fire tornadoes can also be dangerous. Large fire tornadoes can create winds of up to 160 kilometers per hour, big enough to topple trees. Fire tornadoes can last for an hour or more, and humans cannot put them out with direct measures. The only way to extinguish or reduce the power of a fire tornado is to remove the oxygen supply to the tornado. Number 8. Strange clouds. The clouds that have a strange shape and many colors attract people's curiosity. However, most of them signal inclement weather. Sometimes you will witness clouds that look like UFOs or monsters in movies. Those unusual clouds all hide different meanings. Firstly, roll cloud. This is a long, horizontal, tubular arc cloud that can be hundreds of kilometers long and is relatively rare. They occur when there is warm air on top of cold air. This is called the inverse phenomenon and indicates instability. In this case, it is usually due to a thunderstorm. Roll clouds are extremely rare, and the Cape York, Australia is the only place where they are most stable and commonly known as morning glory. One of the main causes of these clouds is the sea breeze that develops over the Cape York Peninsula and the Gulf of Carpentaria. Secondly, mammatus clouds. These are clouds shaped like many small pockets close together, bulged or pouch-shaped. These clouds are formed by cold air sinking to form pockets, as opposed to clouds that rise due to the convection of warm air. They usually appear when the air is unstable and often appear when the weather is stormy. Like their ominous appearance, mammatus clouds are often the harbinger of an impending storm or other severe weather systems, which can occur during, before, or even after the end of a severe weather scene. These are 8 strangest and most mysterious phenomena in the sky. Do you know any other phenomena? Please leave your comment below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now, and see you in the next videos on our channel.